What is going on, guys? Penzik here with Reaper Gaming, and today we're going to show you how to swap a fan on a GTX 1080 from, this is the ASUS ROG STRIX GTX 1080 from ASUS. Now, this is the 5th card ASUS has sent me under warranty. We started out with the 480s, whole fiasco there. ASUS's customer service warranty stuff is terrible. Great product, bad customer service, bad quality coming out of the repair center. So skipping the rest of the story, this is the 5th card I've been sent in 3 months. This card came in visually okay. This fan right here, as you can see, we don't have the sticker on. When this fan's spinning under load, we get an extremely loud ticking, squealing type of noise from it. We pulled the sticker off. Tried to lubricate the fan real quick with non-conductive oil. If you're going to go that route, make sure the oil you use, the lubricant you use, is non-conductive, non-corrosive for the parts. But it didn't work. It helped it for a little bit, and then it went right back to its squealing again. So we picked up a new fan off of Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description below. This is an N. Roberts fan, specifically designed for the ASUS. We'll show you the one we pulled out compared to the one we're going to put in. These are $16 on Amazon. Real cheap. Basically, I was going this route, or I had to send the card back in for the 6th time and go another week or two without a graphics card. And I'm done at this point, guys. I'd rather buy a fan and replace it myself before I send a card back into ASUS for any reason at all, unless the card's completely dead or a failure along that terms. I'll just buy the fans and not myself, do it that way. It's easier than dealing with ASUS. If you're wondering, this is not going to avoid the warranty technically, because we never touched the warranty sticker on the back. So you can do this at home. So we're going to start. The 2 tools that I have, I've got a thick Phillips head. I've got a tiny, skinny Phillips head. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Hopefully this is all, showing pretty decently light-wise. It looks like light's pretty decent here. But we're going to start with the skinny Phillips. We're going to take the shroud off first. The shroud screws entail 3 at the bottom here. 1, 2, 3. And then there's nothing up top. There's going to be 3 inside under the fan level. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3. So we're going to start with these 3 on the bottom. Pretty simple, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Difficulty level on this on a 1 to 10 is like a 2. If you guys have the tools and the patience, you can do it. So we're going to take out the 3 bottom screws. When you take the screws out, keep them, together. Keep from the sections you take out. If you are not good with remembering or taking stuff apart, then make sure you label them. The best way to do it is to take a piece of paper. As you put them down, you can draw a little schematic of the graphics card as you go to put them down. You can do screw 1, screw 2, screw 3, write them down on the paper. So we got those 3 out. These 3 in here, I like to use the bigger one. And then this one's a little bit better because it's got a little bit of a magnetic tip. And the reason why I say keep them together is the screw that comes out up top. That's the top screw. Let me turn it on the side. Very, very short. Screws for the bottom are twice the length, so you don't want to mix them up. So we got our 3 bottom. Let's get to our 3 top. 1 more over here. Alright guys, we're almost there. Let's pull that one out. There we go. It's stuck in there. Best way to do this is to lift from the bottom of the card. The bottom of the card is where we got our fingers to go into the motherboard. We're going to lift from the bottom, slide forward to the top. Nice and easy. Just enough to clear the little tabs. Once you clear the little tabs, you're going to lift all the way up and over. When I say nice and easy, you're going to see why here. There's wires. This is for the RGB lighting. You don't want to break the wires. Now, on the product description page for the fan, These go A, B, C. This was fan C. I'm pretty sure that's how it was listed. You know, on A, B, C, I ordered fan C. So pretty straightforward. Connector here, you're going to see it's tucked in. It's got a little bit of cloth tape on there. No big deal. We're going to unscrew the screws to the fan first. I'm going to use my big screwdriver again. One. And then in the fan itself, there's going to be 4 screws. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 total. Sorry, I forgot to allow 1 on the bottom. So there's 4 all the way around the edge of the van, and then 1 at the bottom. So let's get that out. There's those 4 up top. Total of 5 for the fan. So we got our fan screws, top section screws for the shield, bottom section. We can now lift the fan up and off, nice and easy. I'm going to loosen up the connector, make sure the tape's not buttoned into it at all. And then I like to take the screwdriver here, get right under the tabs, because there's going to be little notches. When you go to do this, you're going to see the little notches there. If you lift up the notches and pull on the wire, you're good to go. And then make sure you undo the tape. And we're just going to pull that off completely for the time being, set it off to the side. So, boom, boom. You don't have to be super delicate with this part, unless you're like forcefully yanking. I'm sorry if I didn't get that on camera, but you're going to have to lift up on this section and this section for the items itself. So here's our fan, the old fan. Here's our replacement fan. You can see the stickers, different brand. This is Everflow. I don't know how well Everflow's fans last or whatnot, but so far these things squeal. I don't like this one. This is the second or third card. Second card so far in a series of 5 that they've replaced that have had bad fans on it. The one didn't even spin. These are in Robert fans. Reviews on them are pretty good. Same setup, same connection. Blade styles are identical. The way they pitch and everything else. The only thing that's going to bother me about the fan swap replacements here is the simple fact that it's not going to have the stickers. Easy solution there is if you look on eBay. eBay has ROG stickers for the fans. They have ASUS stickers. They have all sorts of stickers that you can mix and match. 3 stickers for the fans to replace the stickers was like $3 shipped, so it wasn't a ton at all. While you're in here, you can wipe off whatever you want. I'm going to wipe off any of the excess oil that got on the extra fans. You can see I've got some oil that ended up working its way out of the fan itself, which is fine. Like I said, I use non-conductive. There's a reason why we tell you to use non-conductive, just in case. And then you can clean it off with whatever cleaner you have. I've got a little bit of screen cleaner. Nothing special. It's good for LCD screens, TV, stuff like that. Not really corrosive to plastics. It's a very mild, like soapy water type of cleaner. I'm not rubbing it on the board of the card or anything like that. Just on the fan shroud, because that's where our oil went. And then a little bit on the other card, nothing major. So we got that set aside. We're going to hook up our new fan cable first. So, boom, boom, boom. There it is. Let's get our tape wrapped right around it again. And the tape's not truly necessary if you're pulling this apart. You go, oh crap, you know, I ruined my tape, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to really stress out. It's there to help keep the connector together. The connector is going to stay together unless you really mess up the connector points. And then when you go to put it back in, you're going to want to make sure you line all the holes up. You don't want to force anything. Don't force it. Be careful of the actual fins on the graphics card itself, because you don't want to ruin the fins. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to get it in place, and the biggest issue you're going to have when you're placing it is the wires are gonna, the wires, if you can see, I don't know if you can see that, the wires are trying to flex and go into a position that they're not molded into. So if you have to, you know, lift the connector up, get the first screw notch lined up, take the fan, position the fan. Let's grab our big screwdriver. Let's get the little one out of there. There we go. Big one. Like I said, it's nice because it's got a magnetic tip. I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, you're using a magnet. You're gonna fry it. We're not gonna fry it. Don't go hitting them up. Don't go hitting the board of the card or anything else like that. When you go to do the screws, don't torque it all the way down at the start. We gotta get some screws in. We gotta make sure everything's connected. We gotta make sure everything's flush. Don't force anything. Like I said, we're going to have to reposition our wires here to make sure everything's good and it's not pinching the wires. You never want to pinch the wires. If you pinch the wires, you just defeated the whole purpose of the new fan. So we got 2 base screws in to hold it together while we're getting the rest in. So there's 3. 4. Last one's going to be 5. Boom. So we got 5 in. Everything's tucked in. Everything's good. Now we're going to go back, make sure the wires aren't hitting, connectors in place. We're going to make sure they're snugged in, not torqued down, not loose, but snugged in. If you torque them down, you can strip them out. You strip them out, your fan's going to wobble, it's going to vibrate, you're going to have an issue. And then if you go too far, you can actually break the plastic. So we're going to install our shroud again. From the top, slip down. Let's do our top screws now. One. Number 2. Number 3. Bottom screws, these are a little bit smaller diameter heads on the bottom, so I like to use the small Phillips. Like I said, use what works best for you, just don't strip them out. There we go, we got that one started. I'm going to get the other 2 started before I torque that down just to make sure. And then be careful you're not dropping screws into your graphics card. If you drop a screw into your graphics card, make sure you retrieve it. If you do not retrieve it and you plug it in, you're going to short out your graphics card and you're going to be SOL. It's just going to be bad. It's not going to be good. You're going to be crying, especially if you're a couple hundred into the graphics card with today's pricing. So let's do this. Okay, all 3 screws are in. So we got all the screws back together. Graphics card's back together. Let's do this. So we're going to take the mount down here. We got this going. Throw it up. See if I can get you guys a little bit better of an angle here. So I'm going to put the graphics card in. Click into place. Let's get the 2 screws going. This is, in case you guys are wondering, Thermaltake Core P3. I don't like having the glass on the front. Well, the reason I don't like having the glass on the front is because I've spent so much time back and forth, in and out, taking the graphics card in, putting it out, pulling it out, taking it back and forth with ASUS to make sure, we get it sent back for repair or whatever. Because, like I said, they just kept sending me junk cards. So there we go. Let's get our power connectors going. One. We'll make the wires look pretty later. 2. Good to go. Fire her up. We've got All 3 fans spinning. Everything stops like it should. So let's let it boot up. Alright, there we go, boot screen. Change our monitor back to the screen I want. All nice and colorful. There we go. Then let's pull up ASUS GPU tweak 2. There we go. Then we're going to take fan to manual. I think 40 is the lowest we can put it at. Apply. So there we go, guys. We've got fan swapped. No more noise. No more rattling. No more vibration. No more squealing. The stickers will come in, I think, tomorrow. I put new stickers on them. We'll center them up, clean them up, get going. But that is how to swap a fan for the GTX 1080, and the fans itself, the N. Roberts fans here. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. For ASUS, it's pretty much the same fan all the way from like their 960 series to their 1080 Ti series, and then I think all their 480s, 580s, 570s, any of the ROG STRIX series is what it listed. Like I said, I'll leave a link down in the description there. That way you guys can see it. If this video helped you, please thumbs up. If this video didn't help you at all, thumbs down. We'd appreciate the like, comment, share, subscribes, guys, as always. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day.